listening to The Announcer's Table with Daryl and Ian. This podcast is presented by ringicon.com, the social networking site for wrestlers, fans, promoters, and everything indie wrestling. Log on today and create your profile, and as always, enjoy the show.
Hey guys, it's Ian.
I'm Daryl.
And this is The Announcer's Table presented by ringicon.com.
Yep. Right there.
Yeah. So, what's up? It's Wrestle Talk Day.
Wrestle Talk. Yes. Today, they're doing something in WWE I kind of want to talk about. They've done it throughout the history of wrestling, and it's like that is the unification of the title. You and I actually talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it filming or if we talked about... Oh, we did talk about it on the title thing.
Yeah, it was this week. It was this Monday. We talked about titles.
And, which the funny thing is we filmed that like
a couple weeks ago before we ever heard WWE was going to unify the titles. Right.
We was talking about
how they need to.
How they needed to, and how they just need to have one champion because there's not two brands anymore. It blends. So they're doing that, and I like the name that they picked.
I'm not so crazy about it. What are the three choices?
The three choices was the unified champion,
right? The
undisputed WWE champion, or the undisputed world champion. I didn't really like those because that's it's a bit of a mouthful. Yeah, that's what she said. But I liked the unified champion. I like that. But it's a really close vote. It was like 38% and 31-31.
Yeah.
So,
which I'm not too crazy about. The unified champion, it kind of has a weird sound for me. Just when I say it, it just doesn't feel right.
Well, but you said before the show you think the WWE needs to be in there.
Yeah, I really think the WWE name needs to be in there. So it should have. I think it should have been. Honestly, my favorite is the undisputed WWE champion.
But I don't know. I really just like the unified champion. They kept saying it's the first time it's been done. And I'm like, crap! Jericho did it when he in that triple threat match against the Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah,
and they unified the titles then.
Yeah, and that was the undisputed champion. Yeah, and I think the undisputed champion is a really good name.
Now I can dig that. I can go with the undisputed champion. But out of those three choices, the unified champion. But, they've merged, like, other titles before. Obviously, they only have one tag team title.
But honestly, for me, I think the best way this could have been done, and it would have been the easiest way, is to actually call or have it be the WWE champion still. Just keep it the WWE champion, but have it as a match of whichever wrestler wins takes the other title, you know what I mean, and actually has the one title of the WWE champion.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just going to keep. I think they're going to get rid of the world title, and they're going to just use the WWE belt.
Which is pretty sad in its own right, because that title's been moved from NWA to WCW to WWE. Or to WWF and then WWE, So
a lot of history with that title.
It is. I remember the NWO having the title, NWO spray painting the title, NWO on the title. I like that. Goldberg reigned with that title. I have a lot of fond memories of WCW with that title.
I have some fond memories of, NWA and.
Yeah, which is weird because WCW and NWA and WWE had that title for so long, but they've changed out WWE titles a million times in that time period, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I'm excited. I think what's going to happen is Cena's probably going to win, being he's the true face of the company. Everybody knows that.
I don't know. I think they'll screw him just like they screwed Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
and then it really sucks for Daniel Bryan because they were pushing him so hard, and then the next thing you know, Cena's back.
It's because they're saying that he can't draw.
Yes. I'm bullcrap.
I'm with you, brother.
I think that's crap.
I'm a big fan of Daniel Bryan. I like his style. Because I'm a big fan of CM Punk. They're very similar there. But I think I'm really big fans of those because I'm such a big fan of independent wrestling, and that's how they came up. And WWE is just going away from that. They don't want to sign any more independent wrestlers. They want to run everybody like brand new through the Performance Center and stuff like that.
Which reminds me of something that
Vinny.
Vinny.
He's
got the size. He's got the look. I think they could have a gimmick on him, but WWE couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's for him. When they said he was going to try out for it, I'm like, he's a big dude, but if you don't have your cardio there, it doesn't matter how big you are and muscular, you got to have the cardio.
Yeah.
And like some of the stuff that they're doing, and I know like non-wrestling fans watch that show as well, and they're probably thinking, "Oh, that's bullcrap." The stuff he said, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's how they train, and their cardio is really good. They have to go. There's no if you go to independent shows, a lot of times you'll see, depending on who's wrestling, quite a few wrist holds. I'm not a big fan of a lot of wrist holds. I get it every now and then. But like in WWE, you just don't see that many of them because they have to keep entertaining. There's people watching on TV. There's people in the stands and stuff like that. But all right, let's get back to the title stuff. I mean, cause I like it that they're going to one. We both agree they needed to go to one.
Definitely.
And so now they'll have one heavyweight champion.
Is that the title or is that the old unified?
I think that's the old unified title. That
undisputed title. So are they just bringing that one back, or
I don't know? I think they're just showing it up for this article because
okay.
they're talking about the history of unification.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of weird because they just brought in the new WWE
that's
title.
Why I think they're going to use that title.
You think
I don't
so?
see them. Why would they debut that title? It's not even been out 6 months.
I guess it just didn't take it. I don't think a lot of people liked it. I'm not too crazy about it. It was okay. It's just a big WWE on a belt, and I wasn't crazy about it. The only thing I liked was the personalized side plates, but other than that, really that kind of limits down who they'll give it to. You know what I mean? They're not gonna create.
No, the side plates, like if you don't have like something that's like your signature, they just put the WWE side plates on it.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that for the big guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I don't know. I just think it's kind of lame.
We're both in agreement that they should have one champion. They only have one tag team champion belts, and they have the ladies champion, which that doesn't matter. They kind of cross brands, but the only one that has like two titles is the United States title and the Intercontinental title. So one of my buddies was talking, Steve, and he goes, well, you think they're going to introduce a new belt now because it's like a lack of belts? I'm like, nah. I said, I hope not. That's really enough.
Yeah, unless I would love to see, because it was one of my favorite belts in WCW. It was a cruiserweight title.
I don't know,
but they don't have the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, and cruiserweights are people that are that small can really wrestle for the United States title and the Intercontinental title. I don't view. Honestly, I hold the Intercontinental title at a higher level than I do the United States title. Just simply because the United States title doesn't have as much history as the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, honestly, I think they should drop one of them. I think
that would be too few belts. If they drop one of them, they need to bring back maybe a hardcore title, but they're so PG, I don't see that ever happening.
Won't ever happen.
I'm not going to say ever happening, but not for the foreseeable future.
Well, see, I think they should drop the United States title, keep the Intercontinental title, because, obviously they do travel around a lot. Mm-hmm. So, that makes sense, like we've said in our indie segments. Keep the Intercontinental title, drop the U.S. title, and bring in a Cruiserweight title.
It's not an international title. Intercontinental means same thing as the United States title. Intercontinental. In our continent.
Yeah, but I thought it meant...
No, that's international.
Yeah, I know, but...
international title. I missed the European title.
Yeah.
That was cool. There's a lot of good battles for that.
Yeah, but that didn't make much sense either.
No, but it did at the time, because that's when they really first started really trying to break into Europe and tour over in Europe and stuff like that. Because you remember that's when they had to start dropping the WWF, because the World Wildlife Foundation, was fine with them using that here in the States, but as soon as they started going abroad, they was like, no, that's copyright infringement at that point, and so that's why they had to do the whole get the F out, stuff like that.
Which Teddy Long was a big part of, which we talked to, which was awesome.
He's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
But, so, bottom line, I'm excited.
No, I agree. And
name change.
And this is going to happen at the TLC pay-per-view, which is December 15th.
Yeah, and that card.
It looks kind of weak right now.
Well, so far you got the unification match. That you got Daniel Bryan versus all 3 Wyatt family members. Then you got CM Punk versus all 3 of the Shield. Then you got the women's title. Then you got which is AJ versus Natalya, and then you got Big E versus David Sandow. So which he just beat the Mr. Ass Ripoff. What's his name?
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler. He beat him to get to be the number 1 contender. I like Big E Langston as a champion, so I kind of hope they give it to him a little longer. But I would like to see what David Sandow can do as the champion too. Yeah. So I mean, I think he would do great as a Intercontinental champion.
Yeah, and one thing that just kind of popped in my head is that they do have the NXT title, and I really think that they should put that on the pay-per-view cards. Yeah,
give the guys a chance because they have the NXT Women's Champion, they have the NXT Heavyweight Champion, and NXT Tag Champions.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they should put at least one on each pay-per-view, and not each one of them on pay-per-view, but one of the titles up for grabs on the pay-per-view, just to get people to be like, oh, I really liked watching that match, I want to watch NXT. I mean, they need to get more exposure to NXT.
Yeah, I agree, because honestly, the last 4 or 5 pay-per-views have sucked.
They've been rough.
I mean, like WrestleMania hit, it was a good WrestleMania. The Raws after that were really good. And now it's like the Raws are starting to take a little bit.
It was ever since SummerSlam. SummerSlam really...
Yeah, because that's the first pay-per-view where like, oh, that just was not good. And then the Battleground pay-per-view was just horrible.
Well, it was as soon as Daniel Bryan won the title against against John Cena, and then lost it in the same match, which was, I believe that was SummerSlam, that happened, because right after that, right after SummerSlam is when John Cena went for his surgery. I mean that's when I think it just really started to go downhill from there, and so it just hasn't been as good. People are going to
attribute that to John Cena, but not being there.
But it wasn't. It was the whole. I don't know.
Well, they just did some promoting in WWE headquarters. WWE just released a press statement to all the shareholders and stuff, talking about how everybody is moving up. Stephanie McMahon moved up, so she's still kind of over the storylines and stuff like that. But now it's Triple H is kind of running it. So they report to Triple H now, and then he reports to Stephanie versus them reporting to Stephanie.
Right, and which is kind of something that
Vince?
No. Oh my gosh. Teddy Long actually talked to us about was that they wanted him to learn more of the backstage stuff and learn writing and learn the back end of things.
Yeah, so he can be part of creative.
Right. So I mean that's one thing that he's doing is helping write and things like that.
Can you think about the knowledge he has? I mean, I remember watching him, referee back in the day, and manage and everything else that he did. I mean, he's like the coolest guy ever. So, but I mean, I don't know. We're happy. I'm happy about it. That's pretty much it. All I want to talk about today on Wrestle Talk.
Yeah, I mean, anything on TNA? Nothing new.
No.
Okay.
It's still kind of.
Yeah,
I think they're trying. I don't get a chance to watch TNA too often here lately. But I try to watch all the clips they post on YouTube and stuff like that. I did see that, and maybe I forgot or I just wasn't aware, but Al Snow is there.
And Tommy Dreamer is back
was
for a little bit, just for 1 or 2 matches or something.
Well, Al Snow's like in the back.
Oh, okay.
So,
gotcha.
And he's like, I don't know what his role is back there, if it's just like a TV kind of role or if it's like a legitimate role kind of thing.
As long as they're not peeking the camera through the cracks of the door, and that crap is just awful. That's WCW badness.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the fact that they're Al Snow's a credible dude. And I like him better than Hogan and Bischoff back there running it. So I'm excited about that. If you're going to be in Cornelia, Georgia, this Saturday night.
Yeah.
We're going to be at OSWA, Old School Wrestling Alliance. So we're excited about going there.
Yeah.
We're going to have a booth set up. And so it's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend coming?
I don't know.
If she comes, I might be able to... She's saying yes, she's coming. Y'all can get to meet our executive producer.
Yeah,
Ian's
Trixie
girlfriend.
Rotten.
Yeah, Trixie Rotten will be there. I think she's going to kill me. Or you said it first. And so we're excited about being there. You'll get to meet Steve. He'll be there with us, I believe. And so our team is growing. Our fan base is growing. Our videos are growing. Thank y'all for that. We're excited, man. I'm excited about being there. I actually got to see some of the guys work at NEW a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I was real impressed. And I was talking to the guy, Clint, who runs it. I also got to meet the owner. But I was talking to Clint, and he was telling me that three of the guys, it was a tag team match, and three of the guys had only been wrestling a little over a year. And I thought it was a really good match. I said, that's all they have, the experience they have? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, if that's like them, I'd like to see the rest of your card.
Yeah.
You know, so I was really excited. They run the first and third Saturday of every month. Yeah. And they also run on occasionally when there's 5 Saturdays, they run, but they do like a special kind of shows, like $1 admission night for all the fans and everybody that comes, and they do like a special show.
And so their website is oswaentertainment.com.
Yeah, go check them out. We will be there Saturday. I think doors open at 7.
Yeah.
So we'll be there.
All right. So catch us next week for all new stuff. And Christmas and holidays are coming up, so we'll talk to you then.